Didn't think I'd be streaming today, but I am, because I can, I have time. So I will be playing. I got a trophy from it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
And
to
go
go
back
to the
to the
meeting
new
room. Perhaps he
content.
had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
You get something if you do this. Going back here. New content. Oh, now I'm interested.
Good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
I did notice this. I've already gone through this before. Yay! I didn't have to sit through it again.
To be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Yo, the Stanley Parable 2. Hey, Blood Moon.
Yes,
this is a story.
To a measly port with a few minor additions.
I'll talk after he's done.
Will cover with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience built from the ground up. Why there are so many possibilities? It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
But what about the? Okay, so this is a game where there's multiple endings, so there's multiple different paths you can go. I do not have Disney Plus, nor do I really follow anything Marvel. You're probably just gonna talk about Moon Knight or something. This is a story-driven game where the narrator tells you paths to go, and then you can just choose not to listen to him or to listen to him. And there's like a whole different route you can go depending on what you choose, and it's just funny. And this is like a deluxe edition.
Is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe.
They added more content to the game.
Deluxe? What does it even mean? But
It's
the
called
Stanley Parable 2. Now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Basically, they added new content called Ultra Deluxe Edition, and he's just making fun of it now. What? Yeah. I did this last night, but I only had time to do one ending because it was so long. Just the two of us. Wait a minute. Building castles in the sky, just the two of us. You and I. I can't believe they just put the lyrics of the song there. That's actually, dude, what is happening? Compared to the actual game, this is crazy. Can you walk through this? No. Oh wait. There's a note here. What does that say? Sequel ideas. I think one of those says jetpack. And that's all I can see. Fat something. Yeah, let me get up to my TV. The new, hold on, I gotta pull my own stream to see what you're saying. No, you're going to see, oh yeah, I plan on seeing that. I haven't seen any of them though. 1 + 1 is 2, - 1 is, what the fuck? Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. It's everything 2. Wait. This is hilarious. What is this? Logo ideas. Thanks for attending my meeting. Oh my god, this is awesome.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of
Who
interesting
took
concepts,
the red
then surely the
marker?
game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
This is awesome. There's so many jokes. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Doom 2, Dark Souls 2. Hey. Oh man, the way to the show floor. Usually you get more choice options on like where you want to go, but so far that's not happened. New features. New content boss. Oh man, I'm excited. And they're really giving me my hopes up for this. Oh my god. Holy shit. It's not my favorite, but I still think it's great.
On. Try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. I'm interested by this. Hear your name in the game. Okay, let's just get a. Oh, dude, this is huge. What the fuck? Reassurance bucket. Taste the sequel. Okay, office decorations. Reassurance bucket. Okay, there's only 3 things so far. My least favorite of their games, from the ones that I've played.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want?
I don't know. Maybe.
Of course, the first and
I
most
might say
obvious
Sekiro.
answer is that they want to be
that or Dark Souls 2.
recognized and validated as people.
I only say
So with that
Sekiro
in
because
mind,
it's so
my first
unbelievably
addition to the
hard.
game is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
It's not gonna say my name, I already know it, but too big. Road to the perfect button. Oh, whoa. That's weird. I'm really interested what name it's gonna say, because I don't think my actual name is listed.
Jim.
That's not.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here,
Okay.
let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Yeah,
Just
no, I'm
play
really,
along. I
I'm
promise
feeling the
you'll
role.
love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I'm
I
Jim.
want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
I bet it doesn't
Sleeping
say
and
Jim.
waking as Jim. Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim. Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim. And watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I don't think I'm Jim. Okay. Dark Souls 1 is just my favorite. Demon Souls, I played the newer one, the remaster, so I had a good time playing that, but it was also pretty confusing. You know what? You're right. Demon Souls kind of sucked.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill!
Ah,
what
man,
a
I
rush!
said my
That was
name.
you. The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the
It's
second
harder.
time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of
Emotionally
this
drained.
personal validation.
I'm not.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim.
Can
I'm putting
you?
the Jim button away.
No,
Otherwise,
don't.
soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you
No.
actually are.
No. The GM button. No. Oh fuck. Okay. Let's go see what else there is. Oh, dude. I really feel like
I
Jim
suppose
now.
I could allow
Oh,
only people
whoa.
named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually
Epilogue.
save me the
Where
work
does
of
that take
finishing
me?
this feature.
Please no screenshots. Red is the new orange. Oh, so that takes me up there. Whoa, it's like you can get high up. Let's check out the reassurance bucket. I'm really curious about the... So far it's been good. I got a haircut. So it's been pretty nice. Oh,
A
dude.
common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical. That it
I'll show
engendered
you
a
the
chaotic
main
sense of
game
reckless
after I get
despair
one of
in
the
those who
endings.
played it.
If
Well,
I get one
I'm happy
soon.
to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
I'm really
It's the
want to see
Stanley
the reassurance
Parable
bucket.
Reassurance bucket.
Oh!
You see, Stanley,
Oh, there it
each time
is!
you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will
Oh my
fill your
God.
mind and your heart.
It's
true.
the
As
bucket!
long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even
do I pick it up?
comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of
Oh,
jarring
hold it.
cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
That's
And to be
cool.
honest, it's a much more
Dude, I
convenient
love
solution
mazes.
for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
That's
Yes,
cool.
the bucket is the
I've always wanted
perfect
to try like huge, complicated mazes. Yeah, this is the first item in the whole game that
Can
you've
you
ever been
feel
able
it?
to hold.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing
taking this with me.
despair, must already be sweeping through your
It's the
body.
only item
And
in the game you can hold.
Can I
I'm
say
taking
that
this.
I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
It's made so
I think
well.
that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh,
The
why
benefits of
thank
the
you.
bucket seem to go on, don't they? All
Yeah.
this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Board members, please note that you must use the following terms as often as possible: synergy, incentive, incentivize, unpack, PNG, deep dive, and reach out. We do not call, we do not email, we reach out. Oh, you can take the bucket. That's so weird. I don't know why you can take this.
Does anyone give out
Merch!
awards for most
There's a
enjoyable
QR
bucket in a
code!
video game?
Okay.
That really should be an award.
Who's
if
gonna
it isn't
scan
already.
this? I'm scanning it. I don't know if it'll work. Wait. I think it was gonna. Oh, it does. The StanleyParable2.com. Welcome to the official website of the Stanley Parable 2. What? If you're more of a prequel sort of person, check out the Stanley Parable. Oh. It's just like a one-page website. This t-shirt is the best new feature. The end is never the end again. Okay, that's pretty funny. You heard Jim in the game. They changed it. They changed the writing so it says Jim. Let's go up here. Wait, what? Why?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes,
Kinda curious.
Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
I probably should have went over there. Free new plus easy trophy. I gotta get the trophy. I can't. I gotta get the trophy. I'm an achievement man. I hunt those things. What is this? No screenshots. Infinite hole? Let's go get this easy trophy. Depends on which way you went. But then you find a random small hole. Pull the lever, receive your new trophy. No more steps.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test
What
trophy that got
the
left in the
fuck?
game on accident?
Oh,
Well,
I do
I'm
remember him
developing a
talking about
technology
that.
to simply give you the trophy.
Stone
Yes.
men?
You see, you'll
What the
come to
fuck?
this lever, and when you pull it, okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology
What?
that will exist.
Oh
Now,
my
the trophy is
god.
still fully broken.
Come
You're a wizard,
the
Stanley,
fuck
but I guarantee it
on.
will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the
No.
world who have been uproariously
It's just like the
demanding its
gym
feature.
button.
Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Gamers. No. I bet the sign's changed. No, not yet.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
It's over here. Can you find them? Collectibles. I don't think there will be another DLC. If I were to say or guess, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know what they would like make a DLC about. It's already really good. But considering they've made DLCs for like all the others, I wouldn't be too surprised. The jump circle, it's
You know
back.
what? Let's bring
No.
the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
It's just
Oh wait, you already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the
God
jump
damn it!
Oh well.
Son of a
I
bitch, man.
suppose
Fuck
it can
those.
just be a nice decorative piece then.
So many rooms. Does he say anything?
Okay, I'll be honest, I
fuck.
haven't yet decided
No.
on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I'll go with this
You
one.
know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th
Oh,
birthday,
you
Step
son of a
Niece, it is.
bitch. I just... What?
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, there's a few paths we can go. We can go to the infinite hole. We can do the collectibles. Or we could go up the stairs. I don't. What should we do? Novel. Yeah. I kind of want to go the infinite hole, but I feel like it. Don't know what's gonna happen there. What do you say, Blood Moon? It's over there. Dude, this is what the room is huge. I guess I'll go to the collectibles for now.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley
New dungeons would be.
figurines.
I don't know
And
if they
what's
need more of
truly
those.
innovative is that there will be no reward
There's already
for
a
collecting all of
shit
them.
ton.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number
Oh,
go
parts
up.
of the
You
previous game.
simply
It'd be.
collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable
What the
life.
fuck am I looking at? It'd be cool if they added Anne Orlando, considering it's in like 2 or 3 of the other games. Oh, I need to get my collectible. Oh my god, what the fuck? This is so out there. What? Oh, whoa, holy shit. Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game
Okay.
and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Okay, there's only 2 ways to go. Well, yeah, right? The settings world champion, infinity hole. Oh my god, that'd be kind of huge. Are you fucking kidding me? I can't even go to the settings world champion. This is bullshit. I don't like this anymore. I guess this is the only direction to go, right? I still got my motivational bucket with me. Rim, depth, infinite surrounding area. Let's say figure 3. Oh, yeah, I missed this. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes it more obvious. Yeah. Okay, let's check out the infinity hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done
Ugh.
before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever.
Infinite
That's right.
hole.
Infinite falling. You can fall until the
Just in
end
case there's
of
any
time, if
collectibles
you want.
around.
A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay. At least I have my bow.
Isn't it wonderful? One of
Holy
my more
shit.
ingenious concoctions, if I do say
Wee.
so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop
What?
back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Wonder what happens if I just keep falling. Will you say anything?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
There's so many things like this in the game where I bet if you
Okay,
just
Stanley,
sit here
I
for a
don't
long
know quite
time,
how to say this
you'll get a
tactfully, but
trophy.
it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Oh.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay,
Oh.
well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look,
Meetings
I
at
think what
2
you should hear is just that
p.m.
You're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep
I
as
knew there
anyone
would be
would actually
something.
need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
It's all the number 2 stuff.
Look,
Just the
things
two
got a
of
little
us.
heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why
Yeah,
can't we just
I
put
didn't
all
say
this
anything though.
behind us and agree to just call the whole
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Mostly.
infinite?
Yeah, it's
If that works
close.
for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp
What happens
up
if
to
I
the
just
top
sit
of the
here
hole and
again,
we can
though?
move on.
What happens if I
I'll
just
be
sit
up
here?
when you're ready.
Just a few seconds. I'm just gonna wait a little bit.
Great. Now,
Okay.
I'm very excited to show you
Wait
even
a
more
minute.
of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
It's
A
normal.
person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole that goes on forever till the
normal.
end of time. Don't need to
Wait,
see it
I'm already
all,
near
but
the
not
bottom?
You. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Ugh.
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you
Yeah.
this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time
Yeah,
in there than
definitely.
you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite.
That
Well, I
not
suppose once
infinite.
again, there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole,
Oh, I
want
wanna
to
fall back down again.
Come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Oh, gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less.
Less and
I
less.
suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is.
No.
Shame that my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
I can't. It's not working.
Is the
No.
teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago.
No,
Try it again.
please. I'm
Still
pressing
nothing?
No.
I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now
No.
you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for.
He's
It's a win for
teaching me.
everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
This
Take care,
motherfucker.
Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of
He's walking away. He's walking out on me. I'm What the fuck? Whoa. What the fuck? Is something going on? What the fuck? Oh, no! 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 I'm going down! I need the narrator. I guess change your perspective. Ugh. What? They've never shown the player in the game. This is what the fuck? Change your perception. Oh. I'm
My head's stronger. You're no
What?
longer using up the space of
What the fuck? What? Whoa. What is the fucking wolf saying? What? It's just a beach. What? So many. What? I'm just upside down. What the fuck? Okay, I love this one. That's funny. It's the dogs again.
Stanley?
Oh,
Stanley!
he's back.
Stanley!
Oh,
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems
Huh?
you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. That's Stanley. Because this hole is just so darn fascinating.
What?
I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You
oh,
don't want to miss
I
a
felt
single
pretty
bit.
wide awake right
So
then.
how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really truly focused on the hole?
Get me the fuck out of
You and
here.
I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking
Years.
forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Oh, my screen just shifts instantly back. Do I have to like? I was about to say, do I have to restart the game? Okay, thank God.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the
Oh,
new features.
okay, put me back. Well, I've tried out like every feature, have I not? This is the only thing I haven't tried. Isn't it? This is like the only thing I haven't been able to go to. Where do I go? That's new. Is there a way up there? How do you get up there? I don't think you can. Where do I go? I don't... Wait a minute. I'm going back to the hole. I guarantee it's just back to normal, but oh. What? What the fuck? Okay, well I'm done with that. What have I missed? I went to the no screenshots. Am I able to... Let's go here, I guess. Am I able to do this? It still says locked. What have I missed? Okay. There's a guide. I didn't go over here. To the exit. Okay. That would make sense.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
I
Ready
think
to
I
move
have.
on now?
What the... Okay. Why is that huge?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
I gotta say
Yes,
the new
I know it's not exactly clear
It's-
yet
yeah.
how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Are you ready? Here
I'm
it
ready.
is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. Oh. Collectible.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
It's a whole
Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
the bucket, which I'm already
Yes,
holding.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Version 2. Ooh.
Who am I
Ooh.
kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy
Added ramps.
creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted
Nothing about
fans
the
to
first
love
game
it.
has been
no
a part
matter
of
how
this.
good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Carefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work?
I don't
suppose
know.
it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction,
Oh, that's weird.
"This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay. My pack. Oh no, it's weird. That's... What the fuck? Why is it like horror? it's, it's just become a horror game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Do I skip it?
Stanley
No.
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee
I knew
number
it would keep some of the
427's
stuff.
job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his
Blood
desk,
Moon, are you still here?
telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Stanley
Something that would
Parable
forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years
Just
at the company had
balloons.
this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid,
Wish I
Stanley
could skip
found
it right
himself
now, but I
unable to
can't.
move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from
Okay.
his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Blood Moon, are you here or not? Because if you are, then I'll show. Show you part of the actual game. What? Kinda don't want to pick up the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Oh, thank God. I feel so much better with the bucket in my hands. Wait, no new content. Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh no, I don't know.
Still no one was here.
Still.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and
Tips
comfort
for getting
now more than
fired.
ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
What?
Really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what
Oh,
the broom
no.
closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be. The pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, that you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley,
Not my
I never
bucket.
liked
Okay.
this broom closet for a variety of reasons. But even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply
The
that you
gall.
and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends.
What?
That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient.
Oh my God.
That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship
I need
towards
to get
any
the fuck
inanimate
out of
object
this
which happened to
closet.
lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner. Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it.
Lay
really
into
tell
it.
the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
You
Expand
son
on
of
the wide
a-
variety of
okay, still
experiences
going.
you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
You son of a bitch, broom closet. Do you know how long I've had this bucket? Years. It's been years since I've had this bucket.
Okay, I've
And
got
oh,
you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your
Fuck you.
meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature
Meandering
of cleaning supplies
philosophical
and their relationship to
diatribes.
broom closets in the natural order of things. All right,
This is
I've got a
so
second
funny.
sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
He's done.
You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself,
Because I'll get confused.
it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this
For
sticker.
the sticker, of course. Please, God, I
You know
need
what?
another
I
sticker.
could take the name calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us a silent treatment.
It's been
And to be
doing that
honest,
this whole
I'm
time.
sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
This property is Stanley right here.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
The
upstairs
bucket.
to the boss's office.
Just gonna keep going with him.
You found one of them.
Oh.
One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of
Yay.
happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
This game is amazing.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was
2845. Shit. No.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
It's guiding
Yes,
me.
this is certainly the most logical explanation. Another miniature Stanley figurine.
Oh my
This,
God.
You know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I
No.
like that.
That
Another
one's the
Stanlerine
worst.
under your
That's the
belt.
worst name. I don't want to call them Stanlerines. It's like the worst name to fucking call them.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
I'm not. I'm just gonna do the main ending for now because it's just so funny.
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Damn it! I wanted to jump onto it. It's just the same normal fucking ship with this.
And Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst.
The bucket.
Cradled it gently, reassuring
I
it
just
that
love this.
everything would be fine.
I feel like playing the whole game
bucket
just
under the
while
mind
holding the
control
bucket.
Facility's influence as well. Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past...
Dude, I don't know. I want to choose.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Can I flip a coin? Heads will be off. Okay.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley
Shaking
and the
a
bucket
lot
had
more.
defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Oh.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. The facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket.
No!
Needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
No!
Go to any lengths not to part
No!
with the bucket.
The darkness!
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room.
What?
But at least he has the bucket.
Can't even see the
To be
bucket.
trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped.
I'm gonna be
Very
missing the
soon
bucket.
now, he was about to find out.
Fuck you.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Still the same thing? Nope, this is missing.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
New content still gone.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna follow the same path and try and get endings as quickly as possible. What? It's some kind of game. There must be a point to this. 5, there be. I want them so much. I want to go home. There will be cleaning of this wall required. How can we find the bottom text?
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Okay.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
This time we're gonna keep the mind control going on instead of doing the kill yourself ending. It's basically the exact same
Stanley
path.
and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Let's do this quickly.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself?
Definitely wasn't me that pressed it. Oh my god.
Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
What?
Birds. Silly birds.
Silly birds!
The control buttons became active again.
Oh! Oh my
Stanley
god.
flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him.
This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The
Oh
mind
my
controls were only a
god.
facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands.
The metal
the one who
genius.
had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place.
Never.
Living through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Yes. Okay. So many
All this code
endings I
had
have to
gone.
do now.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The
Thing is, I
confusion and
didn't
chaos
finish all of the new
seemed to
content.
melt
I'm
away
pissed about
as
it.
Stanley embraced
There's
the
something I
bucket.
missed. I already know.
Stanley clutched the bucket
I
tightly
had
to
to
his
kill
chest and
myself.
entered the door on his left.
So many different endings now. Just in case that there is something different, man.
Coming to
I
a
just
staircase,
got to.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into
mean,
his
this is the
manager's
new
office,
part, right?
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
This is something, man.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Whee!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death?
Oh,
This
no.
is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Yep.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led
got her
helplessly
back.
into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Yes.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Oh, the bucket. Welcome you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge, much like the bucket itself. The human mind is frequently empty within a... Oh my god. Oh, it's the
Can you
bucket.
see
It's all
how
buckets.
arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket
25
like this and to
buckets.
claim it for his own? Can you see
The
the
greatest
hubris
number
that
of buckets ever
blinded him?
captured on
Can
camera
you see that the bucket
for
is
several
far
weeks
more
as a
noble
result.
than Stanley will ever be in
From
his
exposure
short
to
life?
this many buckets at once. Oh my god. The diagram of the bucket. A bucket with two handles. Having two handles. Such a design has never been created in real life. Having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental, every year dozens are put to death just for attempting this. Oh, that was so funny. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era, it was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains no one can control a bucket. Ah, the stress bucket, an analogy. Oh my god, dude, this is so fucking funny. They changed every end. What the fuck? I know that buckets predate the existence of mankind. We do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical use of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should
That's
kneel
fair.
before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Oh, okay. Okay.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
No!
Let
No!
Stanley die. Let him be crushed
No!
by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Yeah.
What was the account that you sent the hot dog picture to?
Oh, the Instagram page of the cafeteria food?
Yeah, what's it called?
NHS cafeteria food?
Is that true?
I don't know.
Check your DMs.
Why?
I'm trying to find the page, bro. I think I found it. Never mind. I found it.
Okay.
I found it.
Got it.
I'm trying to find this one.
Okay, I think it's
All of
finally.
his co-workers were gone.
I'm gonna be
What
right
did it
back.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm back. I got breadsticks.
Warmth spread through Stanley's house. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay.
I'm trying to get yelled at with the flashlight.
Something I have to do. I hope I can get
Coming
it.
to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping in,
There we go. Got it.
He never needs you.
I'm not helping you.
He doesn't want to do alone.
Exactly. It is like
It's not like I'm not going to hear about it for 2 hours that night.
oh yeah. Man, do you know how long I
Yeah.
took me?
So where's the parts off Amazon? Do the AutoZone? Like,
Yeah. But it's just. Isn't this new? Oh.
For a little doggy who's got a lot of attitude.
shut up,
Wait a minute.
bitch.
No.
Can I go down?
Eat your food. No.
Everyone's in New York City now.
No.
No.
This is one of the only few staircases I can think of that the collectible could be.
New York City walking in. They get to play in a competition at Jazz Lincoln Center, which is like this huge jazz hall, and all the jazz greats are gonna be there.
Yep. Guess it's not here.
Yeah, that's definitely an experience.
Oh my god, it doesn't end.
They had to get to the airport at 6 a.m. though, I'm pretty sure today.
Is this the last one? No.
Hell no.
No. No.
Stanley,
No, it might be.
come here. Why are you bugging her?
Yep.
Why are you bugging her? You look dumb. You look dumb. You look stupid right now. You ain't got no food. Yeah.
Ah,
Why
there
you
it
got
is.
a whole nother plate, Stanley?
The
I'm
exit.
hungry.
Eat.
Oh my goodness.
Eat your food. Fatty.
This feels different. No.
He goes over.
No. Bucket, you have to leave. I'm sorry.
Never.
I'm sorry, Bucket. I can't go with you. There's not enough room. I'll miss you, Bucket. You have to go alone. I'm sorry. I can't come. There's nothing I can do about it, Bucket. It's just too small of a room. Goodbye. Feeling like the forest cutscene. So sad. Oh. Okay. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, still the same, but I don't have the bucket now. It's 'cause no.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here. So he turned. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss,
Dude, I'm not
admitting he had
doing
left
this.
his post.
Nah. I have to. Yeah, okay. Thank God.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory.
Distant
what did
memory?
it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Replacement bucket.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
That's kind of funny.
Stanley
'Cause I
clutched
let
the
it
bucket
leave.
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I forgot going down the set of stairs is an instant ending. That's no, yeah, you had to go right. Okay, we'll just do this ending real quick.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Now
Well,
I
fine for that.
fucking
And
sit
in
here
such a competitive economy, why had he
and
taken
just
that
let it
risk?
play out.
All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
Oh my God, no!
Someone else's bucket. This is all terribly wrong.
It's a different
Surely
bucket.
no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding
Get this
presence of
fucking
his
bucket out of my hands.
Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard
I need it.
calling to him.
I need it.
Stanley, Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
I'm gonna find you.
He
What
rushed forward
the?
from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his.
There's so many
None of them were his
buckets.
special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley.
It's none of these.
Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then
I'll
suddenly,
find him.
he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Unbelievable.
This is
There
the
never
story
was a
of
bucket.
woman named Mariella.
Please be about buckets.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked
up her
of
bucket.
comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backed all the way to work.
What? This is significantly better than anything I expected.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
What? What happens if I walk past?
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled.
It's-
He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket.
Okay, I did everything on the left.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
It is.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Okay.
No,
I don't
never mind. The bucket
don't
was
remember what's
wrong.
to the left.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, oh, it's an elevator. Nah.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere
Oh,
else. The
ramp.
cargo lift, yes. Go there.
Oh.
Go to the cargo lift.
Where is the new? you get down? Are you able to escape? Collectible! Ugh. I have to get this collectible.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines. And now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlets.
Both of those are
Stanley?
terrible.
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Yay. I'm assuming I'll still die. But this is new. Okay. No. Okay. What the fuck? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Narrated all dialogues. Duh.
Okay.
What the fuck?
This is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore.
What the fuck?
The longer I study this bucket,
It's about the bucket.
the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
This is weird.
Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable
Oh,
the
no.
amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me.
No.
What's that?
Really? Who's there?
What's up?
But what the fuck?
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
This bucket's
Stanley
so
had felt
funny.
the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
It's all about the bucket. Oh, it's all about the bucket.
Now pick up the phone,
said the bucket.
Pick up the phone,
I don't
and
wanna.
it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
My bucket.
Once
Where
upon
is
a
it?
time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
This is different.
And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
The bucket. There you are. What are you doing? It's me, your bucket. Please take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
It's not true. He's saying it. Please take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object?
Good morning, bucket.
I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him.
You want
I
some
don't
coffee?
know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location.
This
That's
bucket's
it.
different.
It doesn't do anything else.
You don't understand, narrator. Please don't listen to the loud man.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket.
I love my
his
bucket.
stupid hunk of metal.
Ignore anyone in your life except for me. I trust you,
Sad.
bucket.
I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket.
It's
this
such a great
sort
bucket.
of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It does. It's beautiful. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley?
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket.
It's different.
It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
It's more than just that. To relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my
Ooh.
God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Go home to work, to home, to work, to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. The bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear
Jackson.
what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give
No.
it to me. Give me the bucket,
It's
Stanley.
my
I need
bucket.
it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Ooh. Go back to work, Stanley.
All of
This
his
is
co-workers were
fantastic.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he...
we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Danger everywhere. Blood Moon's back, hey man. Dude, it's been a trip.
No, stop. Right there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point.
Oh.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
He's
Unless-
so right.
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
I
suppose
almost
would
got that
explain a lot about your
confused.
behavior
Oh, I shouldn't
up
have
to
brought
this
him
point,
here.
Which, if that's true, well, my
Blood Moon.
goodness, I think
I've
we
been
have to do
doing
something
all the
about
normal
it.
routes of the
This
game, but with a bucket in my
misunderstanding
hand.
could have
And
dire
everything has
consequences on
been
the
different
entire
with
rest
it's
of
just
the
all
game if
about
not
the
addressed
bucket.
quickly and properly.
Everything is about
So
the
much of
bucket.
the impact of the story is dependent on
I
your
do, it's so
understanding of what
fucking
is
crazy. I'm doing
and
every
isn't
ending, but
a
with the bucket in my hand this time.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh, okay. This is new. Oh, okay. Is this a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me
What
whether
the
or not the thing
fuck?
I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or
Okay,
is
Blood
not
Moon, I might
a
need your help
bucket.
on this one.
Okay, let's begin.
Don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
It looks like a bucket. Shut the fuck. It's my bucket, and we aren't gonna. It says property of Stanley. That's not a bucket. Okay. It says property of Stanley on my bucket.
It is a hologram of
Oh.
a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course. You're so right, Blood Moon. I can't believe you got that. I almost didn't notice that.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
What? Blood Moon, what is it? I think it's a bucket.
Incorrect.
No!
It is a 3D
Oh,
printed
yeah.
recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Isn't that still a bucket? Oh, son of a bitch. Oh my god.
Is this a bucket?
I don't know. No? I'm thinking no. There's no way it's a bucket. It's not a bucket, right? It's probably gonna be cake or something. I can't walk closer, right? It won't let me. It's probably cake, it's cake. No! No! That son of a bitch!
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No, this one's got me stumped. It has a handle on the top. You can almost see it, just like a bucket. It's made out of metal. Yeah, I'm thinking. Oh.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
I see.
Is this a bucket?
I don't know. You know. No. Oh. Oh. I don't... Yeah!
This is a bucket.
I knew it. I knew it was a bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No, I can already tell.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What? What? Okay.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
It's just gonna be me.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And
That's
therefore
just
nothing
all up to
could possibly be
interpretation.
something.
It's
Unless
up
in
to
your twisted mind,
interpretation.
you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Everything is a bucket. Everything's a bucket.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence.
He doesn't
And
know.
now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is?
Why is everything
I
about a
am
bucket at this point? This kid is the whole...
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was
Is
all I
he a
ever had to
bucket?
begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No!
Okay, here we go.
No, he wouldn't.
What
He
happened?
fucking
Is
wouldn't.
everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea.
I realized it.
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're
Okay.
not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything.
Everything.
We'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh my God, everything is a bucket. Do I go back to that ending but press X? No fucking way is she gonna talk about buckets.
I just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get
Don't
a
say
thing of
buckets.
sugar,
Don't say
some
buckets.
bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot.
This
Thanks,
is
sweetie.
new.
Good night.
That's new. I've never heard that call before.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Yes.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly.
Should I go back to the
This was
ending,
not
Blood
the
Moon,
correct
or no?
way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no,
Okay, well that
never mind.
means
The bucket was wrong.
it's nothing to do
Stanley
that
took the
direction.
door
I
on
can
his
only go
left
this
to
way.
go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Oh, it really does just... No, I don't want to go there.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way
Huh?
here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
No!
You see, your
The
friends and
line.
I are concerned for you, Stanley.
The
We've come
lion, the
together here
mannequin, the
because we care
baby.
about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content.
The
We're
broom
ones that
closet.
matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like
The
the
broom
Adventure
closet
Line
kid.
and the broom closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
Dude, I'm a little
Yes, I know I'm the
flopping
one who
this.
gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story
The
involving
computer,
the Adventure Line?
the
We could make the
sharpener.
Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's
Whoa.
what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Oh my god. Raw assets. What? So intense.
Now this is what
Oh
the
my
Stanley
God.
Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes
Oh,
from the original
whoa,
dialogue?
okay.
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as
Classic.
it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
I can't. He's asking too much of me.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Get me out of here.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True,
The
it
rich
also was
lore.
not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all
You know
along. Don't
what?
you agree?
I'm feeling it too a bit.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
I
Go
don't.
ahead now, Stanley. Say
I
goodbye
can't.
to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I'm sorry, Bucket. But I just can't
Now
keep going
listen
on
to
this
me.
adventure like
It's
this.
crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one
Holy
personality
shit.
trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom
Jesus
closet? Certainly
Christ.
not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer.
Oh my
until you
God,
crush
it's
that
so
damn bucket. Quickly
fucking-
now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Oof. It's the machine. What
Bucket
the
Destroyer,
fuck?
my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Oh, so great. Fade to black. Okay, there's two other
All of
endings
his
that I haven't
co-workers
done.
were gone. What could it mean?
Only two
Stanley
that I can
decided
think
to go to the meeting
of with
room.
the bucket.
The embrace of an old friend.
Only
The withered companionship
Can't
that
think of them
stands
anymore
the test
unless I
of
leave the
time.
bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to
I
the meeting
forgot
room, but Stanley had
to do
felt
another
the bucket
thing.
calling to him, telling him
And
that
then I can put the bucket in the
employee lounge
machine.
was simply the place to be. And here it was.
I'm gonna
Had
put the bucket in the
turned out
machine.
to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left,
to go, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead.
I don't know if anything happens if you go that way, but I don't think so.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here.
Okay.
I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows
Gotta get out of here before the music starts.
Oh, and it played some silly music as
No.
well.
No.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes. It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
I bet it's still gonna blow up, just because it needs more buckets.
Lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well fleshed out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine.
Goodbye, bucket. I can't.
Listen to me.
I can't.
It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows.
Stop looking at me.
That is its singular
Go in.
personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality
You fucking kid, you can't.
to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer...
It's gonna begin at the beginning, because you can't. You're gonna do the one other ending with the bucket.
Stanley decided to go
Fairly
to the
certain.
meeting. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him
It's amazing.
that the employee lounge was simply the place to
Is this all the new
and
content?
here it
It's
was.
pretty good,
That the
but
bucket
like,
turned out to be correct.
hoping there'd be more.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Genuinely the only other thing I can think of that I
said
haven't
the
done.
bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Just balloons.
But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
I don't know if you can still do it with the bucket, but I'm hoping you can.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Whoa, hold on.
Yep.
Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken? Oh, comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic
minimal
timing.
requirements,
to begin
really.
The joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all.
I bet.
To let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all,
why are his eyes like that?
On the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threatened our very existence and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us
this
must
feels
be
longer than
prepared
90
to give
seconds.
our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us.
Why does that one have a normal leg?
Them. Godspeed and make Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Oh, okay. That was gonna be a jump cut or something. Okay, they put a fence in. I was about to say, what if I could jump down? But no.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now.
Wait a minute, I have an idea.
Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
No, there's a gap there.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Please don't let me go, like, choose any other options, because if I can, then this is gonna be a long one. I really do have to walk all the way back, huh?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Dude, fuck you. Oh, this is gonna take fucking forever to do both. Oh.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on?
I think I broke it.
There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this.
I don't think I was supposed to
be a
do
build-up
what I
to this
just did.
point. A dramatic display of remarkable
Oh no.
which culminates in this scene with the
I
phone.
broke it, I
Now
think.
the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Or not
Please
the
tell
way
me I don't have
it's
to press anything.
And it's
Please.
all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room.
No, of
What
course.
an egregious mistake.
Yeah.
I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional
No,
video again.
please.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Thank God I guess I thought I bugged it.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you
Son of a
proud yourself
bitch.
for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
No.
You love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes.
No.
Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love
I
with
think
a
if I
bucket
went
you
right,
are.
it would have still
No?
gave the same ending. I don't really want to do.
Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with
He's not saying
shame.
his name before and after the joke. What an
Another
idiot.
word to describe a bucket. Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it in a car. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional
They
videos.
did use Valve, okay.
Let's see.
Okay. I think that's it. Oh.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Is this Danganronpa or something? Future Happiness Foundation. Okay. Wait a minute, what? Oh, that was the bucket. I will not be picking up the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
I need the
first,
collectibles.
just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
God, dude, I don't remember other
Stanley was so
pathings.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So there's a collectible where it's
perhaps
something
we've gotten off on the
with a
wrong
red and
foot
blue
here.
door, so I have to
I'm not
get
sure
to the
how
red and
you
blue
really
door
are
room.
not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know
No
how
buckets.
to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show
Where
you
is
something
it?
beautiful. Let me prove it. You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Oh my
We'll
god.
be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Don't remember what happens when you go this way, so I'm gonna go it.
All this time. The problem is all these choices.
Oh, it's still the same.
Two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okay.
What do we want? What are we
Oh,
looking
yeah,
for?
it's this.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay
This is the one
right
where you
here,
kill
right in
yourself.
this moment with this place,
Yeah.
Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Happy.
I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going?
Going to kill myself.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Please, Stanley.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
What is it with stairs?
No, perhaps not.
So slow. Okay.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. But I guess that was too much to ask.
I'm gonna get up these fucking stairs and jump
You wanted
off.
to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back. All of his
All the
code
boxes.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, don't do this to me. Why? Ugh. Oh, I've gotten everything.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Where's
Perhaps he
the
wanted to
last
stop by the employee lounge
mannequin?
first,
Is it
just
something to do with
admire it.
stairs? Because if it is, then I have
was
no
okay.
clue where it is.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Yep. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. I don't know. Is this different? Did that say 5 there, B? Take it from me? Who took these pictures of them? No, see, that one's in the bathroom. I wonder if it'll... Why? Red room? Shit, man, I have no fucking clue. Saw one in cargo room. Okay. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. Beware the false prophet. Can you get on the desk or no? I don't know. If it's something to do, I do no clue.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
Well, I know going
to
down
his
just
boss's office.
kills me. Something to do with stairs, man. What? I'm thinking of the other endings. Maybe it's the adventure line, but I don't remember how to get to the adventure line.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to...
I have to. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think I did everything on the left side. I don't think the bucket stops any paths from that side.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar.
I would love to go back to the new content, because I know I missed something.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors...
Yeah, there's a lot of endings I know I haven't done yet.
And Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm trying to remember. Don't know what happens if you go through the... I think I did go through the blue door. Got that ending. Yeah, cause no, did I get to the baby game? I don't remember. We'll just go this way.
So he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I don't know where the last collectible is.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Yep, this is where we get lost.
From here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on?
Damn it, dude. I don't think it's this ending.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
No.
No, 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 no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed
Why
to
are
be
the
here
paths
yet. This
already
is all a
up?
spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Yep.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself. Okay, I see how this fucking is.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a
I feel like
shot.
I'm
Why
getting
not?
somewhere though. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
No bucket.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, this is the adventure line ending.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
No.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Oh.
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it
I
really
win.
paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Yep.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Damn it.
You see? The line knows where
For
the story
question
is.
mark
It's
8.
over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward,
Are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into
What
being
the fuck?
by the very manifestation of
Wait
the
a minute,
nature
what?
of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Line's getting wacky.
Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
No.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Wait,
No.
what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore.
what?
To hell with it.
Huh.
Restart.
I didn't know that was a thing. It's a paperclip.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I don't know. There's not much to say. Kind of just going through it.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Of course.
And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Of course,
Another
yeah.
victory
Okay,
for
there we go.
logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank.
Find a bookstore, get bored, and leave.
This thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
Yep.
How would we even know?
Where's the
Will
whiteboard
someone
ending?
come
I
for us?
forget how you get to
Will
that.
something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know,
can't.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
Dude,
So
I
hope
wonder
that's
how you
where
get
we
to the
are right
whiteboard ending. I
now.
forget.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
That wasn't nice. It's back to normal.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
And the bucket's back. No. I need to find the stairs. Where the fuck
When Stanley came
are
to
the
a set of two open
stairs?
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Maybe
and
there's
Stanley
something
knew
I've
it
missed
perfectly
because I
well.
used the bucket
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
on the left side for each
it was
one.
okay. But eager to get back to business,
So,
Stanley took the first open door on
I
his
don't
left.
think I answer the phone call. Something different might happen if I
Stanley was so
hang up the
bad at
phone call, but I
following
don't think it will.
directions, It's incredible he wasn't 5
Going that
years
way
ago.
through the blue door, I think. I forget what it does.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact
I want
is
the jump
that
circle.
the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to
How
you?
the fuck do you get the
I don't
whiteboard
know how
ending?
to convince you
Is
of
it
this,
just like
but
some
I
random
really
door
do
you open?
want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove
What?
it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing
Yeah.
here. I haven't even finished building this section of the
Oh
map.
my god,
because you
dude,
were never
what?
supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out
Oh yeah.
specifically for you?
Because what I did is I
Do
jumped
you not
down
think I put a
instead
lot
of
time into that?
continuing
Because I
it.
did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option.
Yeah,
This already feels
I didn't go
leaps
through
ahead of
this.
where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Fuck.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that
Son
the
of a
game
bitch.
benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Yep. I remember. Okay, he's not talking. That's weird. But what happens is I went through this door and it broke. The game broke on me.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on. And
This
now
is
would be
why
a
I
lovely
didn't see this,
opportunity to
because
give
I
it some
went through
playtesting.
the left door
You
and it
wouldn't
was
mind taking
just
a look at it, would
nothing.
you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby
Nope.
crawls left towards danger.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play
I thought it was
to make
10.
sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
So loud.
You heartless bastard. Do you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing.
Aww.
Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Okay.
Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha!
What the fuck?
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory?
What the
is our
fuck?
motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you
This
are meant
isn't-
to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians
What?
below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some
What
sort
the
of
fuck?
twisted erotic purpose.
This isn't the.
That must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity.
This isn't the right
so far,
thing.
I love
What?
everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward.
What
and see what else
is this
out there.
game? That's a Minecraft door sound. What game is this? Bro, I have no clue what game this is. What?
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game.
I was just
Good
thinking
God,
that's what
quickly,
you might
knock
be
it
saying.
off. Thank goodness, Stanley, what a close call. You really wandered off into that thing.
Thing.
That big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow.
Is this?
You can
This
just
isn't
go
an actual
any-
game, is it?
Thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with
Is this an
walls.
actual
Something
game?
with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
That is new. What the fuck?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
It's
Just
Rocket
a nice
League.
big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Go into the blue goal. I'm gonna score.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what
Sports
fun.
ball.
We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun. What are you doing?
What? What the fuck?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
I didn't. Son of. Ah! What the fuck? I didn't see the hole. There wasn't a hole there. Where am I? Is this part of the original game? No. There's no way it is. This is new. Yeah, of course it's new, because I fell through the soccer goal. This is fucking creepy. I didn't think there was any new content other than what I had done. I thought I was just playing the game. This isn't right. What the fuck?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him.
What the fuck? I have to do that again so I can hit the ball.
Up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Yep. Damn, that was weird. I didn't think there was actually anything new. I was just going through the game, trying to find the last collectible.
Perhaps he had simply missed a
that was weird. This isn't. It's not right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've got...
I can't believe there was different games. I don't know what the first game was. I've never heard of it, but the second game was just Rocket League.
Someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero
Dude, this is gonna take forever.
for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley,
I got a trophy for pressing X.
Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know
and it just says you can't jump.
You want to find out what lies at the end of this
That's
road
funny.
you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Wait a minute. Wait, did I go?
Okay, I'm going to stop you.
Never mind, okay.
Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
The fuck am I watching?
Now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
No, I do mind. The end is never the end, is never the end,
baby
is never
crawls
the end,
left
is never
towards
the end.
danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless
Bastard!
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Yep.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley?
Never
What's our
heard of
backstory?
this. What is
What is
this
our
game?
motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower.
What
Perhaps
is
for some
game?
sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
I hate that it's the Minecraft door sound.
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
Quickly.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Thank goodness.
Maybe. I might have been able to make it. I don't know.
I really wandered off into that thing. That big open,
Ding.
just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any...
So funny.
Oh,
He's
thank
so
heavens.
against
Wait a
it.
minute. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay.
This must be exactly
Let's
what the
find
game
another
looks like,
game.
because Rocket League is the
Preferably
exact
something
same,
with
and so is
walls.
Minecraft and
Something
Portal.
with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
So I wonder what game this is.
Okay. I think this will be just the thing.
It's an open world game. I'd go to the goals
Wonderful.
just to see if there's a hole,
This is
but
exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
is that a hole?
Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
No.
Okay, so what
Okay,
exactly
you can walk
do we
here.
do here? Let's see. There are lots of
Why
cars
am I so
here in the back, but
tiny?
obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports
Guess I'm the
ball? Stanley,
the size of
I
the
think
car
it's
is.
sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Yeah. I'm getting faster.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Ugh.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure,
Watch
then
this.
surely multiple balls
Oh.
makes for an even more euphoric
Oh.
sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
2 balls.
Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply
There's
have
only-
to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna bring it up the wall. I'm gonna carry it. I'm gonna do a flip reset. Shit.
Are you enjoying this, Stan?
I'm having a great time now.
Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
What?
That's right.
Oh.
Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes.
I'm super
You get to
fast.
have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am.
You can
I
tell
am
they clearly
structure.
just
I'm your
imported
sense
the
of
game
purpose. And since
exactly.
you decided you didn't
Same
want to play
grass
my
effect.
game, now I don't want to play with you either. So goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving.
What?
See how you'd like it when I'm
I'm
not
fine.
around to set
This is
the
a nice
rules.
place.
Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Spleeby. Please don't tell me this just leads you going through the holes in the goal. What? Okay, tell me this doesn't look like the obvious path. Oh, dude, I really don't. It really is just Rocket League. Imported directly. Don't think I'm fast anymore, which sucks. Come on, really? Ugh. I really wish I didn't fall through the hole in the goal now. Let me see. Can you get out right here? Nope. No, it's the same. I'm gonna go through the orange goal then.
Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Yep. It's the same. Well, okay, yeah. See if there's anything else down here then. Is this not the Gmod sound? Yeah, there's some other stuff down here that you might not see, but probably nothing big. Do you have to walk all the way back here? It's my office. Yep.
I wonder what he found.
Okay. Can't think of much
The
else I'm
meeting room.
missing.
Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
No. So, only other thing I can think of is unplugging the phone and seeing what happens.
To a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew
But I don't.
perfectly well.
I think that's
Perhaps
it.
he
I don't
wanted
think
to
there's
stop
anything
by the
else.
employee
Oh, I
lounge
can't.
first,
I don't
just
remember how to get the
admire it.
collectible or to the whiteboard
It
room.
was okay.
But
eager to get back to business,
I can't think
Stanley
of
took
anything
the
else.
first open door on his left.
Answering the phone, I think, also
Stanley
gives
was so
you an
bad at
ending.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch.
No.
I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, it can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a... No, okay.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
welcome back.
Duh.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Of course. Yes, of course.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible.
Oh, there's not.
The narrative contradiction gets any worse.
Has that vent always been there, like in the original game?
It's not well equipped to deal with reality.
What happens if you go in that vent without the bucket? I'm curious. Oh yeah, this is the ending where...
Back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I remember. I forget what options I chose when I had the bucket.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
No way.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Bitch.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver.
Business strategy?
Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door?
Night Shark 115.
There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. Yeah, no, it's not gonna work.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark
sucks. There's nothing left, I think.
He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall. I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Please don't put me above the ceiling.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, God.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late. It's ruined.
Oh my
I can't
God.
believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what?
My
What did you
work.
get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless. What am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to
Please.
that?
I need to get up
can't
there.
erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its
I wonder how they
impossibility
made this.
forever.
This
I
looks
couldn't live
fucking
that way.
crazy.
Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
Oh.
I have to. I have to.
No! No! I'm about to get it. Son of a bitch, I almost got the fuck up. Oh. Is this new? No, it's not.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you.
You.
Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. My story.
I'm escaping into the ceiling.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it.
No, please. I only have a limited time. No! No!
He entered the door on his left.
I don't fucking know where the last one is. I don't think I care at this point.
Stanley?
I think I've legit done everything.
Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Yep. Damn. Genuinely, I don't know.
Through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Is there a trophy? I guess since this is the new edition, maybe not. I don't know how I get more of those. I can't think of the only ending I haven't gotten is the whiteboard ending. And in my head I just can't think of how you get to it. That and the phone call.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I guess I haven't done the normal endings on the left side. None of them I've done the normal way other than the first one. One of them kills you, the other one kills you.
But eager to get back
Go down
to
the
business,
stairs, it's
Stanley
over.
took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, I genuinely think I got them all.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking, this is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your
Is there not a
aside,
door you open that takes you to the just some random door that's just whiteboard ending? I don't remember the door.
That's her, Stanley.
Yep, okay. Wait a minute.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry
Is
to keep you
this...
waiting. I'm just
Can't
pulling
move.
the bread out of the oven.
I can look around, but I can't move.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story
What?
now.
This is new. No. I'm pretty sure you weren't able to move before. I don't know, I'm not sure.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Sure. No, I don't want to.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
There is no TV.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Something I haven't done
further.
with the bucket.
He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world,
each time I press the button, doesn't it like deteriorate into an office?
Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
and he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he
What the
relived
fuck?
it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer.
No.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
Let me on the chair.
The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer.
I don't know what
But
changed.
as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I don't think anything happens.
You
so.
see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley
Please
pushed
die.
a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried. All of his
One
co-workers were gone.
thing.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Picking up the bucket just changes everything in the story.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Wait a minute. Shit, it's closed. Wait, can I open it? No. Input. Is there an input? No, no. I don't see any inputs. I don't understand the input thing. Because sometimes it just doesn't show up.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
Yeah.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein,
What?
of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow. No, said the bucket. Not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first
Oh, yeah,
ensnared me
what?
in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No! Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form,
Oh my
transforming into a
God.
mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God.
Oh
Stanley,
no!
You did it. You saved
Wait,
us
oh
from the
yes!
buckets. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and
Yes.
knew the incantations to summon their
So
true
glad.
power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm
Oh,
speechless.
thank
You've
God to
demonstrated
me.
such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor
Yes.
the dark magic cast away inside of it.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of fucking funny. Okay, and
All of his
because of that,
gone.
there's something else I remembered.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply met. It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego.
One
and then
thing
proceeded.
also that I just remembered that I haven't done, so.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
He got stickers on my bucket. Dude, I don't know where. Stairs, something to do with stairs. A large room, lots of boxes. Don't remember where that was. Somewhere both red and blue, yeah. Nearby a fireplace, yep. Stairs, something to do with stairs. What? I genuinely just don't know.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet.
Okay, it says
simply
the same
because
thing.
I have no remaining... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I just don't know. Where is there stairs on this left side? Because I've done everything on the right
Stepping
side.
into his manager's
Everything.
office,
I can't think
Stanley
of
was once
anything
again
else.
Stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, one thing.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large
I
door
don't
that
know if
read,
anything will happen
Mind
with this, but
Control
something
Facility.
might. I don't have to turn the lights on, but I will.
Lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
What I will
did this
do
place hold?
is
Stanley
hop
and the
out,
bucket both
get
wondered to
it, get down there.
themselves.
Yay!
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control
Is there anything new?
facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below.
It's different.
Thankfully, he fell directly
Yep.
onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his
Of course.
fall. Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
Oh.
So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Hmm?
It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit cold, perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette. that was
Yay!
useful for when the bucket
I
was
climbed it.
craving
Yeah!
convenience. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like
Oh,
home.
it's
In
nice.
fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control
nice.
facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
No.
It unsettled the bucket.
No.
Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Hmm? How did he get the whiteboard ending? So he's at the place where you kill yourself. Oh, okay. Just keep restarting the game. Till there's papers on the floor. I don't know how many times I have to do this. Um. Dude, fuck. How many times do I have to do this? Can you not get the whiteboard ending? Dude, I don't think you can. At least, it's not doing what's happening in his video. Okay, this is different. No, it's not this. It's not the same though. It's just slightly different. Jesus Christ! I need to see a blue room in front of me. It's never different. Jesus Christ. Nope. Nope. I'll get it any day now.
Pizza always sounds good to me, but I want to do what sounds good to you. Girls are complicated. Alright, love you too. Bye. Yeah, okay, after about 50 restarts or so, here we are with a blue office, and I've been told that this is one of the different endings.
Okay, he said 50 restarts. Like, what? 50? I don't think I can get it. Oh, see it glitch out right there?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective yet delicate, assertive yet compassionate.
Dog mode. Sorry, that made me laugh out loud. Okay, well, that's it.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley
I have one
had felt
idea.
the bucket calling to him, telling
Don't
him
know
that
if
the
anything will
employee
happen. I don't
lounge
think
was
anything
simply
will.
the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Okay, there's
Stanley
that.
had never seen the office this brightly lit.
Then
Was it a sign
one
of something? He hoped it was. He
more.
hoped very much.
I can't. There's a lot of one mores, but it's genuinely the last.
When Stanley came to a
Last
set of two open
thing.
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
don't
knew
need the
it perfectly
bucket.
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Don't know if anything will happen though.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions.
Okay, it's still
incredible he
here,
wasn't 5
yeah.
years ago.
What happens if you go into here without the bucket?
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, with that, I think I'm done. I think I am done. Yep. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Don't know if I'm gonna stop the stream right now. God, I cannot figure it out. I've gone down
Coming
there.
to a staircase,
Yeah,
Stanley
sounded.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
One thing I haven't done without the bucket. This path.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes the
There's
buttons.
two.
Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
What? Okay. That was weird. Oh, it's because it's dog mode. Nah.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
This is two
Although this
endings.
passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
There's another set of stairs I just thought of. There's no stairs this direction.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
God, this might take a minute.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Fuck on, man.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh my god.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
Yeah, you get stuck.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation.
These
Controls
stairs, okay,
labeled with emotions,
a lot less stairs
happy
than I thought.
or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the control. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Isn't there a lot more
Stanley,
stairs?
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure
There
whatever
isn't
I
a
come
3,
up with
yeah.
on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room
Is there
was
actually something you
capable
can
of
do
turning
here?
it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen.
This is new,
clicking
isn't
on
it?
every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
Jesus Christ, my screen, my controller's vibrating so hard.
Part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after. All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Is that just some random new line, or...?
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
He's talking to me as if I'm not Stanley, what?
Stanley clutched the bucket.
Okay.
This was a hit with Jack.
I was eating some.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
You tried the Reese's?
I haven't really tried any of them. I've only eaten 2. Am I not able to go back?
What could it mean?
I think I delete my
Stanley
saved
decided
data.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think I have to delete my saved data in order to do the one other path. Which sucks. It's fine, that's not like as much in-game data. Okay, well, it's back to this. No, wait a minute. I just realized the new content's not going to come up until I do both. For some reason, last time I thought I was lying. Okay. Oh no.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Everything
could
is
it
back
mean?
to normal.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yep. No new content, because I had to do both the original endings again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There's just one thing I want to check, because I never checked it. It might be the exact same as the other area, but
Yet
I
there
just
was
gotta
not
make
a single
sure.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to
the
his
bucket
boss.
back
Coming
too.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I don't have any collectibles anymore. Know what? It's fine. I probably wasn't gonna try and find that last one anyways.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Just watch a video on it.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself.
Just
to
let me finish
the nature of his
this.
job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
It's weird that you had to beat the original
Stanley
game
walked straight ahead through the
again like
large door
normal
that read Mind
in
Control
order
Facility.
to do the new content. It's weird. You have to do 2 of the endings.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah. I'm so tired.
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Is that color game
For
actually
he
here?
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
No, my headset's dying. I need to hurry.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
Please.
to go to the meeting room.
Let the door. No. Fuck.
When Stanley came to a set
I think
of
you
two
just have to
open
get
doors, he
two
entered the door
endings.
on his left.
I'm not sure if you had to get the two main endings. I think you just had to get two endings, but still.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
Not many
boss's office.
quick
Coming to a
endings.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
And now
All
I
because
sit
he
here.
believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself
Did I
sooner.
start floating up or no?
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
The strength to actually
just
talk
someone
anymore.
Tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Shit, it's so loud.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Almost done.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am
She doesn't have a bucket. She's not very sane if you ask me.
And what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Thing is, I could be wasting 20 minutes right now doing all this, only to find out that the path I'm thinking of is actually just a dead end, and you can't actually go through
decided
it.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
Yes, new content.
Oh, new
No.
content? What does that mean, new content?
The Stanley Parable Ride.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable.
Oh my god,
Ultra
I just realized there's more time I have to waste going through this.
The Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yep.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yeah, the jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle. Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait.
No,
There's
my
more.
headset's gonna
Very
die.
good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it.
If it fucking dies, I gotta be pissed. Quickly, just finish this up. Finish.
You've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's... And it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Please. Yes, here I am. I went through the vent last time. I never went this way.
Come over here. Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made
No.
for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
What? No. Wasted my fucking time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There was never a choice. There was only one path. Oh. Start here now.
Come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something. Okay, you remember how...
I'm done. I'm done playing the game. Thanks for watching. It's been 4 hours. Jesus. 5:30. That's the door I was supposed to click on. Super go outside. Don't play this 10 years. Don't play it for 10 years, I see. I will be making a video out of this.